Hey guys, what's up? Vero here. So as you can see, I am on my Druid, and I thought I would make a video showing you what add-ons I use and how I customize a couple of them. If you have any further questions about any specific add-on, feel free to ask me in the comments, or you can tweet it to me, or send me a YouTube message. But first up, I'm going to show you my party frames. You'll notice that these are the built-in ones. Hopefully you know that. If you don't, these are the built-in ones, and so you can go. You'll have this little bar on the side, and you can click on the little I for info, I guess. And I always have my raid frames, or my party frames set up as the raid style frames, so just make sure this is clicked. I have it displaying the class colors because it looks prettier than the green crap. That aggro bar hard light, when someone has aggro, it'll automatically put a red box around it. I really prefer that, especially when I'm DPSing in, a dungeon, or even if I'm just PvPing, because then I can see that one of the healers is getting attacked, and if the tank isn't reacting quick enough in a 5-man environment, then I will take it upon myself and try and save them. Because obviously if they die, I die. I have display borders off because I just think it looks ugly. Show debuff, so if someone has a debuff on them, it'll tell me, but I have it set to where it shows only dispellable debuffs, so that I know it's something that I can actually dispel. Health percentages, it's personal preference, frame height and width, depends on how you want it. I also have a display incoming heals, which I'll show you what that means. Power bar, so like mana bar and stuff. Horizontal groups, I have it horizontal for 5 and 10 man because I keep my bar down here because it's a little bit easier to heal, I find, when it's like right there. And then this is just, it's supposed to auto-activate for these certain things. Sometimes it doesn't, and sometimes it does. It really just depends. But, so I use it because it shows me, what heal someone has on them. So I can see, alright, 3 stacks of life blooms, rejuve. And then you'll see like the little, very faint little green thing right there. That's the incoming heal. So that's what I prefer to use. I've used other healing UI add-ons before, and I was just not a fan of them. It's just not something that I really liked, I guess. This is something that I prefer. I used to use something like X-Pearl and things like that, but I just much more prefer this. You also might notice that up here on my frames that there's a percentage there. That is actually an add-on as well, and that add-on is called Simple Unit Frames. So you can have it set for player frame, pet frame, target of target. But I like to have this because, in a raid environment, especially on certain bosses where you have to watch what percentage a boss is at, you can always call it out if you notice it before someone else does, or if someone else calls it out, or okay, I have to stop at 20%, you can start slowing down at 25, so I think it's easier. I also use, up here is Titan panel, so you can have it display pretty much anything. I just have it display the frame rate, the latency, durability, so like right now it says I need to repair, backspace, which comes in handy, and gold. So if I'm on an alt character, or if I sent money to an alt character that I forgot about, I can, go get the gold and bring it back, and it shows the total gold. So right now I'm sitting at 23,000, which I do plan on making a video tomorrow showing you how I've made that much gold only in the last week or so. And so that comes in handy. I also have an add-on called Mogget. So you'll notice when I hover over something, whether it's on the auction house or in my bag, it'll show like what it looks like on that character. I also really like Mogget because you can select different things that you want to look at, and you can look at these different items and see kind of how they look on your character and build a set based off that. And you can like add it to a wish list and a set. You can search by color. It's a really handy add-on, especially if you're really into transmogging, which lately I've been enjoying a lot. So also you'll notice I have Recount, which I think a lot of people use now. And I just have it set to a different color and the appearance to like 37K instead of saying it, 37000, etc. And I also have DBM, of course, but I have mine pink again. I don't know why I did that. I think I just ended up randomly changing everything to pink one day, and I stuck with it. The chat frame, I've tried using other chat add-ons, and I just never liked them. so maybe I'm weird, I don't know. But if you recommend one that you think I might like, let me know. And I also use an add-on called Altaholic, so it'll tell me, you know, like right now it's saying all of my tunes have Hearthstone, which, you know, I hope so. But so if I have certain mats that I have, like for Ember Silk Cloth, like I've been sending all of it to my mage Kalala, because I'm leveling tailoring on her, and she's not quite up to where she can use Ember Silk, but basically any Ember Silk I get, I just mail it to her. So it shows me how many stacks she has. Infinity is the guild that I am in, so it shows how much total there is, you know, who has it, where is it. Like it even says there's 4 in her mail, so I've mailed her some and I just haven't logged on and checked her. So it comes in handy if you're trying to make certain things and you just don't know who has it. I also like it for BOAs because sometimes I forget where I put a BOA, so I can go over to the Justice vendor, hover over it, and it will say like, you know, Kilala has it or Buffy has it, and I'm like, oh, okay, that's where it is. Because sometimes I forget. I also use down here my frames. My action bar is Bartender, which I think quite a bit of people use now. It's an add-on that I really like using. It kind of cleans up the space a little bit, and I can put things where I want it. You'll notice I do have a little bar for my mount and my pet, because sometimes I like to just change what mount I use, so, you know, whatever. But I have it really small, so it's not really in the way or anything. I also, for my druid, for Boomkin, I have Balance Power Tracker, which is this add-on right here. You can customize it and move it as well. It's just right now it's hovering over the party frame, so just pretend it's not there. And you'll notice when I use Insect Swarm and Moonfire, it shows the timers over here, which are the same timers up there. And that is Dot Timer. I installed that mainly just to keep track of both of those, since that's like a big part of the Boomkin DPS is like your uptime, which I'm still working on, but you know, I try. So if you have more than one target, it'll show the timer for all of them. So I only use it on this tune though, I haven't used it on any of the other ones. I also use Sexy Map, which is my map up here, which you can customize. They have various preloaded ones and you can resize them, and I have it where all the buttons are hidden so I don't see them, just because I think it's easier to deal with if it's out of the way. I also, use a spell to click right here, that's Quartz. And then all of the flying text that you may or may not notice is Mix Combat Text. I can't talk right now. Which will appear here, and it shows damage and healing, and I think it comes really in handy, especially for like a PvP environment, just because you can see, you know, who's healing you. Okay, like this person's healing me, so let me, you know, try and protect them. Although generally I heal, so it doesn't really matter. But it's still good to have. I also have, I don't know why I clicked on that. I also have an add-on that changes where this moves. Normally I think it's like around in this area, but I'm using Move Anything to move it. The only problem with Move Anything is I noticed it won't let me click on the view lock in the guild, and I think it has a couple other errors with it too, so it's not something I use on all of my tunes, but I prefer it for my main UI. I just think it looks a lot better. And I think that's pretty much all the add-ons that I use. Oh, I also have something called Looking for Group Call to Arms. So if you have a tank or a healer, I definitely recommend getting this. It basically just plays a sound when it's up. So you can have it set for whatever. I have it set for DPS, which rarely happens, but I also have it set for a healer. So if I'm on, you know, my Hunter Katniss and it's up for a healer, I can switch over to my healer and try and queue and hope that it hasn't gone away yet. But that's basically the add-ons that I use. If you recommend any add-ons that you think I might like or that someone else might like, feel free to leave it in the comments below. If you have any further questions about any of the add-ons that I use or how I customize them, you know, feel free to ask. I'll try and help you as best as I can. You can either leave a comment again or YouTube message me or Twitter me or whatever. Hope you guys enjoyed, and I will talk to you guys later. Bye!